Facebooks and YouTubes.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Awesome 80s Podcast. This is Michael.
This is Lawrence.
Hi, how are you today, Glenn?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm glad to see you. You got the good lighting for everything. That's good. I appreciate it.
See,
it's live on the internet for everyone.
We should have changed it. It was my fault. Here.
That's okay. That's okay. Hey, it's better. It's better-ish.
Hold on. I knew this was... I saw it, but then I was like, no, we're okay. We'll work on it right now. People are here to work on things.
Okay, good. So we're coming right back at you with a review, Glenn's Choice. Ruthless People.
I can't wait to talk about it. So...
Is this better?
It's perfect. That's perfect.
You might not be able to see, but...
Let me see that. So, we're doing Ruthless People.
One thing I noticed was the intro.
Yeah, the animated intro. First, real quick, do we want to talk about our good news today or no?
No, we can wait. We can just say, hopefully we got some special guests coming up. We are trying to get you only the best and special guests here at the Awesome 80s.
I know.
Podcast.
Oh, there we go. How's that?
That's better.
Glorious.
Thank you. I know
Take this thing and point it right at him.
that you, I work hard to try to get some guests. I know some of our fans just prefer just us. Some don't. This guest contacted us, and it is awesome. We'll keep it a secret, but I'm very excited if this works out.
If they contact us, we can't help but put them on the show. It's not our fault, people. We know you love us. I love us. But we have to, if they go after Lawrence and I, then we have to just put them on the show. Those are the rules.
Especially when they are of the caliber of guests that this Anyway, real exciting. It's a teaser. More to come. We just had our first initial contact today. We were surprised, blown away, not in a Corey Haim, Corey Feldman, Nicole Egbert type of way.
Well, really, we have you guys to thank for doing our iTunes reviews, and then also just the activity we have on Twitter and Facebook too. I mean, I probably wouldn't have noticed this if you guys weren't all over Facebook with all of your interactions.
Little weak in the iTunes reviews, though. Come on.
I still got some stickers, people. I'm just saying.
I found a bunch more. Well, I found like a little more last night.
In my mind, you have all but the 5 I've given you. Just like you hid them. You're like, I'm gonna need these someday, and you hid them, and then you're like, I'm all out of stickers. I don't know where the fuck these stickers are. I must give all my stickers away. And then you all of a sudden you find like the squirrels that they bury all these things. Anyway.
Nuts.
Yeah.
They bury nuts.
Yeah. They bury, and then all of a sudden you're like, hey, I got 75 stickers right here. That's what.
I'd like to give a shout out real quick to the Old School Wrestling Podcast. I had a summit this weekend with Dre.
Okay.
And we had a podcast summit, and I think we're friends again. I mean, not that we weren't, but I think our bond's getting closer and closer.
That's good. That's good. I'm just being honest. When Christmas and New Year's happened last year, I was super excited for it to be over because that meant we were that much closer to WrestleMania. But this year we're not going to WrestleMania, so I'm just like,
well, I pray with gas prices as cheap as they are, it's almost like it's dumb for us not to drive to WrestleMania. However,
isn't it in California?
We are going next year.
2016?
Yes, in Dallas, Texas.
I need to tell my wife right now.
Okay.
All right.
I didn't have to tell my wife. Dre just told her for me. So that worked out.
It's okay. I'll email Dre and see if he can email my wife. Just to see.
You know what really works well is just show up at Dre's house, and then he'll just randomly say, "Hey, by the way, we're going to WrestleMania next year," and then you can be like, "Dre told you."
Sorry.
So we're back at Studio MH on my behalf. MH is here. Motherfucker Jones is here in person. Let me tell you a quick story. So normally I park right in front of MH's apartment building. And then I just walk in. His door.
There's like a canopy too you can park in.
Well, no, you can't park there.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can.
Carlson can. He's got special privileges.
In the.
That's where I parked when I came over.
Son of a bitch. Well, I had to park way down. It's very icy. I'm in flip-flops, in a backpack, in a hoodie, and so I walk into...
Screams, arrest me.
Yeah, I look like a drug dealer. I walk into Michael's apartment, and it's not Michael. It's a very attractive young lady and a dude on a couch with a giant black dog. I say, holy shit, wrong apartment, close the door, walk out, and then realize I'm in the wrong building because I'm used to parking right in front of his building, and they just happen to have their door unlocked. So that was fun.
Well, that teaches them not to lock their door. Oh my
I know. Seriously. And I think they were on a date. Like, I think if they get married, the story they're going to tell about their first date is the drug dealer who walked into their apartment by mistake.
You had a bag with them?
In the middle of January. So, anywho, we're here to talk about Ruthless People. I have suggested this movie at least 4 or 5 times, and it's never happened. Why not?
I think probably because I watched it on HBO probably 30 times growing up, and I'm like, once I reached that 30th time, I was like, I think I'm done.
This
was like 1992, Glenn. You know.
I know. I haven't watched it since '92.
Okay.
But I still wanted to do it. That was 22 years ago. 23 years ago.
Do you own it on DVD?
I do, but it was sealed. It was sealed. I broke the.
How many sealed movies do you have, Glenn?
100, maybe 150.
Why do you have them if you're not going to watch them, Glenn?
I will watch them.
I will watch them someday.
Right. If I didn't buy Ruthless People, I would have been scouring the internet the last couple of days to try to find a copy. But
I ended up getting on. There's some ways where it's a popular movie, but not that popular where you can just get it on the internet conveniently. So I had to go through YouTube, and I paid them $2.99.
I think it was on Amazon. No.
Well, YouTube's convenient for me. I click on it because sometimes movies are just on YouTube.
You have Prime?
What?
You don't have Amazon Prime?
Why would I want to have Amazon Prime? Because so I can be drunk in the middle of the night and buy random stuff on Amazon and get free shipping? Is that what you're telling me, Glenn?
Yeah. Why would you not have Amazon Prime?
Hey, honey, you're not going to believe what's in the mail. Because I don't really remember.
So, I love this movie.
Okay.
I have not watched it since 1992.
But you just watched it yesterday?
I watched it yesterday. Did you watch it yesterday?
No, I watched it today.
Okay. So within the last 24 hours, we both watched it.
Yeah.
I'm going to go on the record. This movie is fucking great. This movie is underrated.
It's a beautiful mess, and especially it punctuates Danny DeVito. He used to be, I mean, he's funny now, but I mean, he was definitely at the top of his game. He's a funny dude. He's super talented.
I have not watched the season premiere yet of Always Sunny, which took place last night.
Okay.
And he's very funny on that. But this is the height of DeVito.
Mm-hmm. So he was in random stuff in the 70s, but he was in Cuckoo's Nest and Car Wash, and then the TV show was Taxi. Like, that was his TV show. Like, that really put him on the map. And of course, we know him from the 80s from War of the Roses and the Romancing the Stone movies.
Twins.
Jewel and Nile, Twins. I guess future movies. What else, Danny DeVito-wise, would you want to review in the future?
We'll throw Mom from the Train.
Yeah. Owen, your friend is dead. Anyway, we've got this friend, Steven. And we've got another friend named Owen. And every time my friend Steven saw Owen, he would say, Owen, your friend is dead.
I don't think Owen would have
my friend Owen didn't think that was funny.
What about Johnny Dangerously?
Oh, yeah, Johnny Dangerously. I was thinking Tin Man and maybe Wise Guys also.
Okay, My Little Pony the movie?
Oh, jeez, My Little Pony the movie. Oh. He was in that Dr. Seuss movie about the one with the trees. The Wuzzle, the Fuzzle, whatever it is.
Amazing Stories?
Amazing Stories from... Yeah, I think we could do just an episode on Amazing Stories.
Yeah. Now, we did Romancing the Stone, right?
Yes.
We didn't do Jewel and Nile.
Not Jewel and Nile. We can go and revisit it again. It's not as good, but it's okay.
It's okay.
So the intro.
Endearment? Would you ever do Terms of Endearment?
I don't know. It's a sad cancer movie. You really want to talk about a sad cancer movie?
The
80s, the peak of the 80s isn't about sad cancer movies, Glenn.
I can tell you that I can tell you someone who has terms of endearment unopened on his.
Thank God. Thank God somebody out there. That's good. I bet everybody else who bought it has it unopened too. Because they're like, oh, I need this for my collection. And then everyone goes up to it and they're like, that doesn't seem like fun to watch. I'm not going to watch that.
Yeah, there's like shit. I was drunk on Amazon again.
That was a Walmart purchase. That was a Walmart purchase.
Hey, I could have been J.O. in the porn. Instead, I bought $150 worth of things on Amazon. You can't be mad at me, honey.
I'd like to point out, Amazon Prime is the equivalent of going to Walmart sober and going through that bin.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I forgot to bring it. I have to remember. So, for Christmas, I don't think I've talked about this. My mom bought me a 4-disc set of 50 80s movies that you've never heard of. But
really?
They all have one famous person in them. Like, that's the thing. Catch them before they were big.
It's like, yeah, I've seen some random movies before they were starred with Judge Reinhold. One of them he was doing gymnastics in. That's all I remember. But I mean, there's movies out there for.
He might be on that DVD.
Maybe.
Okay, so Ruthless People. It stars Danny DeVito.
Okay.
Dame Bette Midler.
She's a star. Well, there's nothing you can say. Nothing else you can say.
When are we gonna do Beaches?
So what else is she known for?
The Rose.
The Rose, yeah. So you've seen The Rose?
Yes.
Oh, The Rose.
The Rose.
In the 80s, she did Big Business, Ruthless People, Outrageous Fortune, Down and Out in Beverly Hills, and of course Beaches.
Three of those movies came out the same year.
It was like, did she get divorced, or she's like, oh, I'm cash poor? You know, those rich people, all of a sudden all their investments are in property, and they don't have any money. And I was like, well, I'm cash poor. I need to do 8 movies in a year and a half. Okay, I'll do that.
So it was Ruthless People, Down Out in Beverly Hills. Wasn't there a third?
Outrageous Fortune.
Outrageous Fortune.
Big Business.
I would love to do both Down Out in Beverly Hills and Outrageous Fortune. And Big Business.
Mm-hmm.
I love Big Business. Have you seen Big Business, MH?
Other than this morning when I took a dump, no.
Okay. It's Lily Tomlin, Bette Midler, twins switched at birth type movie.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I have seen that, yeah. One's like lives in a small town.
Yes, yes.
She owns like a little craft shop and one
mini golf.
Whatever it was. The other one owns like some fashion and thing. Yeah.
2 80s movies focused on mini golf. Carlson, name them. I just said one, Big Business. What's the other?
Mr. Destiny.
Overboard.
Overboard too.
Mr. Destiny did have mini golf, but Overboard and Big Business, mini golf was like a focal point.
It was their first date in Mr. Destiny. That's a focal point.
Can we do Mr. Destiny sometime? That's like my dad's
I think we should just
movie.
do it. I think it's like a 90 or 91 movie, but I don't care.
It's like 92, 93.
It's
my dad. It's like one of my dad's favorite movies of all time.
Closer to the end of my high school days.
My dad quotes that movie constantly. We'll talk about my dad in this movie here shortly. So, Ruthless People. It also has Judge Reinhold and Helen Slater, who, if you know any... it was 90! It was 90! Mr. Destiny was 1990.
I think that counts.
It was in 89. We have to do Mr. Then, is Taking Care of Business? Can we do that one, too? Never mind. We'll talk later.
So, Helen Slater, have you seen her recently?
Yes, she has an album of standards out.
We talked about this before. She's in a lot of Lifetime movies, or the Hallmark Channel. She's in a lot of those kind of movies. She's still very beautiful. She took care of herself. You got to moisturize, yoga.
I've sent out feelers before. I will continue to send out feelers. And by feelers, I mean I show up at her door and I knock, and then when she doesn't answer, I leave dead kittens there and say, with a note, cats will keep dying until you call me.
You need to move up to larger animals.
Let me know when you hit broadcast, because I don't want this going out like to people.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I'll hit stop. I'll hit start broadcast in a minute. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, so do we want to talk about the intro?
Welcome to the Awesome 80s podcast. This is Lawrence.
Okay. The animated intro is much like Christmas Vacation or Made to Order. I mean, I'm a big fan. of
We
Who's That
always
Girl.
talk about the animated intro because it's so 80s. There's almost no better way to start an 80s movie to make it an 80s movie than an animated intro.
Well, Delivery Boy or what? God damn it.
Yes. No,
Senior Pizza.
Loverboy.
Yeah, it had one too. I always forget that. I'm like, it's Delivery Boy. No, it's Loverboy.
By the way, organically come up, we have mentioned 4 movies that our potential guest was involved in.
Okay, well, that's good.
In one way or another.
Putting the seed in your mind, folks.
It's not Patrick Dempsey. I'm just saying.
But it featured the Mick Jagger. It was Mick Jagger's song, but it was right there in like the David Bowie, Mick Jagger dancing in the street phase of Mick Jagger's career.
Yes, animated opening.
And it was also, the song itself was written by Daryl Hall from Hall & Oates.
No shit, I didn't know that.
Shit. We see Danny DeVito. The first scene is his plan to get rid of his wife.
He's with so he's with his girlfriend. She's a ginger, so obviously she's insane.
She's probably evil and crazy.
If you're Danny DeVito and you're that rich and you're gonna kill your wife, aren't you gonna maybe more attractive? I'm not trying to judge here.
Well, she's very beautiful, but she's older. You'd think you'd go for a very beautiful person that was younger.
She is evil. She looks dirty. You know she takes it in the butt. Sorry, ladies, but and that's not a bad thing. I'm just saying. Guys can look at a girl and say that girl is dirty. Am I wrong?
You could say one of your favorite sayings is that girl is nobody's girlfriend.
Nobody's girlfriend. I used to, when we used to go out, I would look at a girl and I would point out and I would say that girl is nobody's girlfriend. That's the girl if you're just looking to hang out, like hook up with, it's her because she's not dating.
She's got rhinestones on her cell phone. She's gonna blow a dude in the bathroom at this party.
Just one?
And
sky's the limit.
And usually I was right because that's the girl. Oh, and I only did that to prove to you I was right.
Okay, no big deal.
That's the girl who's going to be, when you wake up in the morning, she's already snuck out.
She made herself her own breakfast and she left.
Helped herself to one of your overshirts just so she so her lock of shame looks better.
I'm guessing she never slept. She just, when the
That's
transaction
true.
was done, she was peace out.
The second I fell asleep, gone.
I'm still missing this Beatles T-shirt from a time like that. I don't know. Maybe I should try to buy it again. I'm upset.
Anyway, you need to get on the look.
I once lost my favorite hoodie. It was a Cleveland Steamers Tenacious D.
Tenacious D sweatshirt?
Yeah, and I know who took it because she offered it back 2 years later. If she's like, I'm in town, you want your hoodie back? You got to meet up with me. And I was like, just fucking keep the hoodie. It ain't worth it.
She had unrealistic expectations. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying if she maybe 3 hours later in the night, that would have been realistic expectations. But at the time, it was unrealistic.
Okay.
Her timing was really off.
So,
get to your
so we find out, Danny DeVito, we find out in this opening with his dirty girlfriend, he married the boss's daughter because he thought the boss was going to die. It turns out the boss didn't die. He hung on for several years. He ended up with this woman he hates, like just hates her, a visceral hate. He tells this lady, this is how I'm going to kill her.
Do you think he'd have a better plan? Because he was like, I'm going to chloroform her and then throw her off the cliff. I'm like, can't you cut the brake lines, have her fall down some steps? I saw a documentary about that. Just make it look more... Make it look
great documentary.
Just make it look more interesting, more plausible than somebody who fell off a cliff.
Real quick, speaking of documentaries, there's this documentary called The Overnighters. Really good review of it if you want to go to popculturebeast.com. It's not excellent writing, on point. With the exception of
I think there's a link to it on our Facebook page, isn't there?
There is. The only problem with that article, that review, is at the end it says this film is sure to be an Oscar nominee, and then after today it is not an Oscar nominee, which is bullshit.
But you still thought it was pretty good.
I thought it was excellent, and I wrote a fine review of it, and parts of it were probably used in their press release, I've been told. So, hey, suck my dick.
Good job, Glenn.
So, thanks. So anyway, yeah, he has kind of a shitty plan on how he's going to do this, but he's going to do it anyway.
You think it's been 15 years? You think he would have come up with a better plan?
But whatever. So
Simple-minded people.
he goes home. She's nowhere to be found. Her fucking dog, which he hates, Muffy, is there, and he hates fucking Muffy.
It's always pissing and shitting all over the house.
Going through his silk clothes. Their house, by the way, most 80s house ever.
Oh, and also his car. He had this like nouveau riche kind of car that looked like it was from the the Roaring 20s. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, their house is just like no house has ever been so 80s. And he's sitting there, he's going through the house, and he gets a call from Judge Reinhold. Vice Versa's own Judge Reinhold. Fast Times at Ridgemont High's Judge Reinhold.
Beverly Hills Cop 1, 2, and 3's Judge Reinhold.
Judge Reinhold. He gets a call. Judge Reinhold has kidnapped his wife.
If you don't give me this money, I'm going to kill your wife.
That's a problem, right?
I think it's fantastic. For him, it's fantastic. This way, he doesn't have to kill his wife. His hands are dirty. Her hands aren't dirty.
You could not give him better news than that.
Also, this stealing the wife. The story was very similar, but it was a child from the O. Henry play, The Ransom of the Red Chief. I guess this story's been around for a while. It has been reinvented by the Zucker brothers and David Abrams, or Jim Abrams for this.
The Zucker brothers movie. Let's not hash over that. Airplane.
The Kentucky Fried Movie.
Top
Secret. I guess this was the last movie together. Like after Bette Midler and Danny DeVito, we can't get much better than that. We're done.
So, he gets a call. There's going to be a ransom drop. But if you call the police or tell the press or do anything else, I'm going to kill her. I'm killing this bitch.
So, like, straight cut. Boom. Woo, woo, woo.
Right.
Here's
So
the
what
cops.
does the guy who wants his wife to die do? He calls the press. He calls the police.
And then there's a scene later where Judge Reinhold's like going through the channels. She's on every channel.
He must have sent out a fucking press release. The greatest part of this movie, by the way, is the one-liners. I have many written down, and there's many more I couldn't even capture. This movie has the best one-liners of any movie I've ever watched, consistently. I mean, this movie, it's labeled kind of as a farce, but honestly, there are so many jokes packed in. I've read before that a good comedy has one joke a page, which is a minute. This movie has like 6 jokes a page. Not all of them hit, but if 3 of them are funny, then that's like 3 times more than your average comedy. And
they're at least making the effort.
This movie has, I guarantee you, on every page, at least 3 of the jokes they wrote are funny, and sometimes more. And that's why, and this movie's so overlooked in the 80s spectrum. And I didn't remember it being this funny. Like I haven't watched it in 23 years. But watching it last night, man, I was rolling. Carissa had never watched it, and she was rolling. It's a fucking funny movie.
It's fun, especially in the early part where Bette Midler's just a bitch, and she treats Billie Jean from The Legend of Billie Jean just like.
So let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about. So they kidnap Bette Midler. Now, we already know Bette Midler's husband, Danny DeVito, hates her. So, but we also you get the feeling he's kind of a rich asshole. So maybe, he just doesn't appreciate what he has. No, she's a horrible fucking human being. She is, like, so we see them, like, try to get her out of their car, take her in the house, accidentally drop her down a flight of stairs. Doesn't really hurt her, which is ironic, because something happens later on in the same movie. We'll get to it. drop her down the flight of stairs. She gets up and she beats the fuck out of Judge Reinhold, which that happens throughout the movie, and it's hilarious every time.
Every time. I think because it's lanky. I like to see violence against lanky people.
Yeah.
But there's, but it's also very funny to see Danny DeVito just kind of like eat the scenery. Like he's like one of my favorite like. I think he's slowly becoming like one of my favorite '80s characters. Like he kind of plays the same character in every movie, just like a scumbag, just like this giant scumbag. But he's really like one of those guys, like because he's an actor, producer, director. Like he's one of those guys that you definitely would want to meet in Hollywood. Like there's some people you're like, that guy's probably an asshole in real life. But if Danny DeVito is, regardless, I'd pretty cool to meet him.
You call him a giant scumbag. You call him a giant scumbag. Do you want to rephrase? A tiny scumbag?
He's trying to kill his wife.
Well, I'm just saying he's not tall.
Oh.
Oh, it's a height. It's,
reasonably sized.
Yeah.
He's a reasonably sized scumbag.
So, first of all, Motherfucker Jones, how you doing?
Fantastic.
Thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
You know, ironic that the one night you're on site, no issues.
It's all
Except
good.
that, yeah. Well, whatever.
What? We haven't. Oh, the lighting. Are you still gonna?
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's Glenn. It's just broadcast to the whole world. There's no banner. It's okay.
And archived permanently on the internet forever.
Can you see me on? You're watching.
It looks good.
It looks good.
Okay, good. Good.
Just lost auxiliary lighting. You're right. Sorry, my bad. Nailed it.
So, anyway, back to the movie.
Carlson, maybe Doiner can throw a few more bucks and I'll get some spotlights to mount over the TV.
Okay.
Doiner.
Just some soft lighting. Just
Light
bring it up a little.
What I'm talking about, just mount them right over the TV and play fun.
So I gotta make a quick note here. Okay, so we're back. So they have duck masks. Like they get her out of the bag, and they have Donald Duck masks.
Yeah.
Did you like that? And the thing is,
So
I started to feel it.
we find out that they only kidnapped her because of her husband, Danny DeVito, Sam.
Yeah.
Sam ripped her off. He was the spandex skirt queen, but it was her invention.
It's pretty much a great '80s topic, just like the whole idea of spandex. They're in the writers' room. They're coming up with it, like, how about he steals spandex? Yeah, spandex is new. Yeah, he stole spandex. That's what it was.
He stole her spandex skirt. So Helen Slater is a sympathetic character. She doesn't want to go through with the kidnapping, but Judge Reinhold's like, they ripped you off. You cried for a week. You get the feeling that he's like a really nice guy, but he's just sick of his wife crying.
Bitching all the time, like
all the time. That was my idea. So he's like, fuck it. Put your money where your mouth is. We're going to kidnap his wife. Eye for an eye, money for money. And she's just like, yeah, let's do it. And then he does it for his lady.
And then all of a sudden, she doesn't appreciate it.
Yeah. She doesn't know.
Tell me about this new actor named Bill Pullman and his peroxide hair.
I have to admit, I think I missed a scene or something. I was confused about his role for a little while during the movie. I was trying to figure out what the deal was. So this is the deal. Bill Pullman, now is he dating Dan DeVito? Because they're not ever intimate on camera. Anyway,
No, I think he's with the girl.
With the redhead.
With the redhead. I guess,
Yeah, no, that's what I meant. His girlfriend. They're never intimate on camera.
Well, the very first scene, they're doing it.
See, that must have been where I was in the kitchen or something.
You must have gone to the kitchen. There was a scene where they're very intimate with each other.
Okay, that's the one scene.
He's got like a mini vacuum, and apparently she's into crazy vacuum sex. I guess that's a thing. I haven't ran into that when I'm on the internet, but apparently it's a thing where you've got a vacuum. He's got like a little handheld vacuum sex situation.
Okay, so their idea is Dan DeVito's girlfriend is going to get her boyfriend, Bill Pullman, crazy vacuum sex guy, with platinum blonde hair, first ever movie that he's ever done. Never done anything else. Hasn't done ID4. Hasn't done Spaceballs. Hasn't done While You Were Sleeping. No, this is it. Ruthless People. First movie he's ever done. They are going, hasn't done Lost Highway with the soundtrack by Billy Corgan. Hasn't done that. So this is the idea. His platinum blonde hair is going to go up onto the cliff and videotape Danny DeVito killing his wife. Instead, he videotapes the principal from Head of the Class.
Oh my God, it is.
Loudly fucking a chick.
Well, see,
her boobs all over.
He is really.
He gets nauseated by this stuff.
The way his wife makes love. Her style is not really in his. Maybe if he was a little more honest in the bedroom, he wouldn't have to go look for the strange. But he's out there looking for the strange. I keep saying strange, and he likes it a little rougher, a little louder. That's what he paid for.
So what he's gonna do is he's videotaped, but he can't. Bill Pullman can't watch it.
It's too intense for him. It went on forever, like 2 minutes.
No, let me. That's true. That's a great line. But let me discuss this. How many times do they have to replay that scene? And I'm going to say this because of this. So Jake was going to watch a movie with us. Mm-hmm. So he sits down and he starts watching. There's that. But within a minute, he goes, "Oh, you mean I watched this?" And I'm like, "No, you haven't." And he just gives me the whole plot. I'm like, "When did you watch this?" He goes, "Oh, I watched it with Grandpa, with my dad." I forgot about the titties.
How old's Jake now? Like 9 or 10?
He's 12.
Perfect time to watch this titties movie.
12. But then they replay the titty scene, and when
like
I say
5 times.
When I was gonna say when I say 6 times, I'm being there's more.
Yeah.
They replay this sex scene every 5 minutes in this movie, it seemed.
Mm-hmm.
You know how I know? Because every 5 minutes I start sweating.
So when you were his age, I obviously you're a concerned father, which is important. But when you were his age, you never saw boobs on TV, Glenn?
Some all fucking time.
Where's that HBO? Where's that HBO program guide? Nudity, brief nudity. This one's definitely got nudity. We can stay up and watch this one.
I take it back. I had Cinemax.
Oh, okay. But still, that guide, you're like.
So Dad's at home till 2 a.m. on Fridays when the bar closes. Mom goes to bed at 11. PL can spend the night. That's like 2 hours of Cinemax, then we can go to bed like a half hour before Dad gets home.
With the giant problem in your pants.
Well, I mean, thank you for thinking it was giant. I appreciate it.
Flattering. That's very flattering.
So
also, we didn't. One of the other actors we failed to mention. He's a police officer, but he also plays. He's the other black cop from the '80s, from the second Die Hard movie in the airport. But he's also in this movie.
Yes.
The Annex Skywalk.
So that would be this guy. We need to reset. That's him, Art Evans. We need to reset. So we have Bill Pullman and his girlfriend. They're trying to blackmail Danny DeVito. We have Danny DeVito who's getting ransomed to save his wife, but he hates his wife, so he's not going along with it. And we have Judge Reinhold and Helen Slater who have his wife Bette Midler, and who hate her because she's a horrible person, but are trying to figure out like when they can get their money. So that's where we're at. So Judge Reinhold continuously sets up ransom drops.
And that Danny DeVito fails to come to
fails because he wants her dead. Bette Midler, she's chained. She's in chains. She watches some WWF wrestling with Georgie Animal Steel. You hear Vince McMahon's voice.
Okay. Okay.
It's what you would show now if you were making an 80s movie, but this was made in the 80s, which made it so much better. Like, this is like organic.
Yeah.
Also, Danny DeVito utters the line, "I want to poke you in the whiskers." I said there's so many great one-liners. That's just one of them. I want to poke you in the whiskers. 80s Bush term.
Oh, no big deal. No big deal. It's the 80s.
She's got a big old red-headed 80s.
It's a euphemism. The kids won't know.
So, Bet keeps beating up the judge. She's horrible.
But she starts doing the aerobics.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that. So,
I wanted to quote Eddie Murphy from Eddie Murphy Raw. You better not fuck with a girl who does aerobics.
Well, unfortunately, Judge Reinhold keeps trying to fuck with her, and she keeps beating the fuck out of her. She's like, every time you see her, and she's chained up, she's doing prison weightlifting. Like, she's crazy what she does.
And she's leaning all the way back on the stairs and doing sit-ups all that way. She's starting to have a little more self-respect, maybe.
Ooh, ouch.
Well, I mean, she definitely is. I mean, she's definitely let herself go. She's in a rut. Okay. And this kidnapping thing might have been the best thing for her.
It could have been. Have you seen a picture of Judge Reinhold recently?
Isn't he hairy?
No, he's got two faces. Like, his cheeks are one face, but his cheeks go all the way to where his jaw should be, and then his jaw is like a separate face.
He's like 20 years older than us, Clint.
I'm just telling you what he looks like.
Okay.
You've done this many times throughout the history of this 200-something episode podcast. You put somebody up and been like, ouch.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's not fun.
That girl from Top Gun looks like a man.
Well,
Gillian McGillis is a man.
Is Gillian McGillis a man now?
McGillis? I hope not.
Oh yeah, she's a man. So there's the sex tape aspect of this.
Yes.
So we have the aspect where Judge Reinhold is not.
He's not getting the ransom. He's not getting any money. So how do you blackmail a guy who can't be blackmailed?
Well, that's a problem he has. But then there's the sex tape aspect where Danny DeVito's girlfriend and Bill Pullman have this sex tape. They never even watch it because it makes Bill Pullman sick to his stomach. But they send it to the chief of police thinking the chief of police is going to do something. Well, it turns out the chief of police is the guy in the sex tape, the principal from head of the class. Yeah. So she calls him. He thinks that she's blackmailing him.
Do you think that big guy, the guy for the principal from head of the class, would ever think that he was going to be involved in a script where he gets to have violent sex in the front seat of a car?
Well, this came before head of the class.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that, like, he's got a body type, you know. He doesn't seem like the kind of dude that's going to like, I'm going to go to Hollywood and I'm going to have a violent sex scene in this big budget Hollywood movie. I'm
going to fuck a chick with huge titties and it's going to be played no less than 20 times during the movie. So those are the two things. So Danny DeVito's girlfriend demands that Danny DeVito be arrested. Not because she hates him, but because she thinks that there's a tape that she's in possession of him killing the girl in the movie, or the girl in the tape.
And this would leave the door open for him, or for her, and Bill Pullman to just get the money.
Yeah. So throughout this movie, there are scenes of Judge Reinhold in his job as a stereo salesman.
Yeah.
Why do you think these random scenes are there? Is it to make you start to like him?
I think initially they want you to. They have kind of a switch because they want you to think Danny DeVito's the main character, but in reality, they want you to put yourself on board with Billie Jean and Billy Rosewood from Beverly Hills Cop. Like, they want to put you into their camp and let you know that they're the main characters of the story. They're the people you need to get behind.
Well, here's my thought. So you have, I agree with you, but you have this character, the Judge Reinhold character in this movie. But really, to me, it's an extension of Brad Hamilton.
Okay. What would he be doing?
Brad Hamilton from Fast Times. He's a fast food guy in Fast Times, and now he sells speakers. But to me, when he's selling the speakers, he's playing the same damn role.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's in there, like, the first time you see him, he makes fun of a guy for having a small dick without, like, making fun of him. Like, he very intelligently does. And then the second time you see him, like, he's got this stoner hooked. And he's selling speakers to Spicoli. And he hates the stoner. And he's like, you got to have the biggest, baddest speakers around. We already know from the earlier scene he hates these speakers.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, it doesn't matter if you can't afford it. Fucking finance it. When he says fucking finance it, it totally reminds me of the Spider. Like,
Okay.
exactly what I would think Mr. Furley, our landlord, would say. Fucking finance it. And he says it, and then he sees that, like, the guy has a pregnant wife or girlfriend, and then he like has a heart for once. But you know he's like, I don't know, that scene where he's just like, fucking finance it. And then he has the heart. That, to me, that's Brad Hamilton. That's fast.
So the blackmail's not really going to work. So the reality of the situation is that the cops are going to go after Danny DeVito.
Yeah, so the cops arrest Danny DeVito because they're told to by the chief of police. But meanwhile, Brad Hamilton, Judge Reinhold, whatever his name is, he lowers, it starts at $500,000, it goes to $50,000. Now it's down to $10,000, and Danny DeVito is still like, no. So Danny DeVito, right after that, gets arrested because now the cops think he killed his wife. There was no kidnapping.
They've got champagne tests around the house. They've got chloroform in his yard.
They got the naked Polaroids.
Yep.
Girlfriend. So he thinks that. The cops think that only because that chief police is getting blackmailed, but then there's all this evidence to kind of prove it. Mm-hmm. Like the chief police went to plant evidence, and then it turned out he didn't even need to because Danny DeVito left enough evidence on his own, even though he actually didn't kill her. So now at this point, Helen Slater and Bette Midler start bonding because women are weird. So Helen Slater tells crazy-ass psycho Bette Midler, she has imprisoned, hey, it looks like you lost 20 pounds. What? Oh, and then she starts trying on. Oh,
look at this butt. Look at my butt.
And then Helen Slater just lets her go.
Pretty much. Just come back when you want, go to the store, do whatever. But she also confides in her about the spandex situation that was stolen from them.
Bette Midler knows that her husband screwed over Helen Slater, and that her husband doesn't care about her enough to put up the ransom money. And there's another aspect of this movie we haven't talked about, and that's the bedroom killer. Throughout the movie, we see little interludes about a guy who's going around, like a serial killer going around killing people. Mm-hmm. You don't know what it means, but you have to know that at some point it's going to mean something.
And some of the theories are that she was actually kidnapped by the bedroom killer, not Judge Reinhold and Billy
right.
Jean.
So, the bedroom killer shows up. He tries to kill Bette Midler in their house because she looks like his mom. Then he tries to kill Judge Reinhold in their house because she looks like his dad. And then gets thrown down the same set of stairs Bette Midler walked away from without a bruise, but it kills him. Whoa. Thank you. So.
Oh yeah, I've been kidnapped by Kmart. That's another line too. I thought was pretty.
Oh,
awesome.
I had that written down.
Well, it kind of feels like, does this really need to be in the movie, The Bedroom Killer?
Do I understand I got marked down correctly? I got kidnapped by Kmart.
Yeah.
The Bedroom Killer, I don't know. It's just kind of a diversion. Maybe it has something to do with something. Maybe it doesn't. But
well, I guess it creates a situation where they can get away with the money at the end. I guess. And Danny DeVito can get into trouble.
Really?
To Glenn. I'm sorry.
Did you blow the money shot the way through, or do you finish fucking the woman?
This depends.
When are you going to come on her face? How many times does the movie keep going after you came on her face?
So Barbara, Ken, and Sandy, Bette Midler, Judge, and Billie Jean, they decide to get revenge and go after the husband, DeVito.
So, Bet knows how much Sam's worth. So
Only $2
now,
million. She's worth 15. DeVito's only worth 2.
so now DeVito just got out of jail or bonded out, and Judge Reinhold calls him back, and he's like, "Oh, I want to talk to you. I'll do 10,000." Judge Reinhold now says, "Well, now it's 2 million." And he goes, "Fine." He has to pay it because otherwise he's gonna go to jail for life. So he agrees to pay it. There's a drop spot. No police are involved. Danny DeVito tries to get the police involved. They don't believe him this time, so they're not going to show up. Judge Reinhold shows up in a bozo mask, and it turns out the police did show up. So the police go to shoot him. He says, "I'll kill her." They say, "Let him go," to Danny DeVito. Danny DeVito's not like that. He steals the briefcase. They have an issue. They're going back and forth. The police tell Danny DeVito to back the fuck up before you get smacked the fuck up straight up.
Some of the other things were like the drop-offs too, where the random guy comes and tries to rob Danny DeVito, and he's like, "Hey, give me your wallet. Hey, give me the briefcase," and then he ends up getting arrested by 18 different cops.
Yeah. Well, are you talking about Bill Pullman?
No, when he tries to do one of his previous drops earlier.
Yeah. So in this case, the police finally back off. They pull the 18 cars away. Bill Pullman shows up. He tries to steal the briefcase from Judge Reinhold. This is just straight farce slapstick comedy. Well, I love it. He tries to steal the briefcase, and the police keep shooting at him, but from the roof, and he's like, "Did you do that? Did you do that?" Finally, he hands over the briefcase because he figures he's going to die. And Judge Reinhold and the police go on a low-speed chase. It ends up where Judge Reinhold ends up crashing his car through, I'm going to say, the Santa Monica Pier. I don't know.
That sounds nice, yeah.
Right into the ocean. Money comes up on the surface. People
only a few $1,000s. But did Judge Reinhold's body come up?
Yes, it does. They crane him out. They pull him up. They take off his bozo mask, and holy shit, it's the bedroom killer.
It's been him the entire time.
Oh, by the way, at some point, the ransom, without us being told, got up to $2.2 million. Did you notice that?
Oh yeah, I guess there's a perceived
It has to be a
scene.
deleted scene, but we don't know.
But Bette Midler, at this point, Bette Midler and Danny DeVito are reunited, and then she beats the shit out of him, which is fantastic. Then maybe she should do more movies where she beats up men.
There's another great line. When Pullman's trying to rob him, the cop goes to the other cop, "This could very well be the stupidest person on earth." There's also another scene we missed where the sex tape plays in the store.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And then there's the whole sub-story where, the chief of police is trying to get out of the country. He's, loading up. But they didn't follow up, so that could have been a deleted scene, too. I don't know. Anyway, so, yeah, she's beating the shit out of Danny DeVito. She ends up pushing him back into the ocean. Flash forward, we see Judge Reinhold show up on a beach with a scuba mask.
Yep.
Helen Slater's waiting right there. All of a sudden, Bette Midler runs to them. They have a three-way on the beach. Well,
it's like you feel like they're going to live happily ever after in this menage a trois circle lifestyle situation. Forever.
Right. Well, yeah, I mean, that's going to happen. They're going to, reinvent spandex, I'm guessing.
One thing I wanted to point out, I wasn't sure during your research. This movie grossed 71,624,879. But Bette Midler called Danny DeVito
to
congratulate them. And then 20 minutes later, they both called each other in a manic. They're like, "We have made the worst movie ever. We have no careers after this at all."
They both were crying, thinking this was it. This was the end of their career after the first time they saw it. Because they didn't think anyone would like this movie. They thought it was horrible. I strongly disagree.
This movie is super goofy and it's super fun, and it kind of feels like an evolution of the Zucker brothers and the Abrams movies. But
we missed a couple things that I wanted to point out.
Okay, go ahead.
At one point, Danny DeVito's girlfriend goes to live with Bill Pullman's house, which is basically the Spaceballs ship on land. And his fish were named Crockett and Tubbs.
Oh, that's right, yeah. Because why not? Once again, it does seem like a movie made now to make fun of the 80s, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It absolutely does. I think it holds up. I think it's great. I think if you haven't watched this movie either in a long time or ever, this
It kind of feels like a girl power movie. I think my wife would really like it.
Yeah, it has some girl power mixed into it, but it's not like completely girl power.
It's not like over the top or anything.
Yeah. So anyway, I love this movie. I think people should watch this movie. I'm glad that we finally reviewed it.
If you do want to review us on iTunes, we very much appreciate it. If you listen to us on Stitcher or through the iTunes, or you're watching us here on YouTube's. All the contributors we have on our Facebook page, it's fantastic. Thank you so much for contributing, and we try to put stuff out there, just create a community. That's really what we're going for. Just talk about 80s, live the 80s, love the 80s.
One other thing. So in April, is it April?
Okay.
We are trying to possibly, this is not guaranteed. Now I think about it, I have to look at a couple things. Things have changed, but I got a trip to go on.
Okay.
Anyway, I have to look at dates, but we should be fine. We might be wanting to do the G.I. Joe Worldwide Convention.
In Springfield, Illinois, the headquarters of G.I. Joe's in the cartoon.
That's going to happen. Then in the next couple weeks, if we decide that's something we want to do, then we are probably going to be asking for donations. So we can purchase a table, so we can fund the trip.
We already got the banners, just FYI.
Already got the banners. This would be something awesome that if we do end up doing, I think it'd be great. We're going to be doing some live podcasts from there. We'll get some great information. I'm not a huge G.I. Joe guy. You were a huge G.I. Joe guy, and G.I. Joe is nothing but 80s awesomeness.
I guess we'd probably use the money for the tables and such, but also for crap to give away too, like stickers and postcards and.
Yeah, absolutely. We want to get the word out there. So if that's something that we end up looking into and deciding we're going to do, we'll know next week or two. We'd like your guys' support, help, anything you can do. I mean, we're 220 something shows in, and we do it for free because we love to do it. But this is a case that something that we want to do to not only expand our audience, but I think it'd be awesome to do. So.
And we've got, hopefully, if we do go, there will be, hopefully we can have a meetup or whatever. I'm sure there's going to be bars in the area. We can have a meetup, and then also we've got Twitter and stuff. And we got Twitter, and then host at theawesome80s.com if you can email us also.
So anyway, more to come on that. If it's going to happen, we'll let you know. More to come. But anyway, thank you guys very much for listening. I can't tell you what our next episode is going to be because we don't know. Because we've got a guest. We're not sure what his schedule is, so we're either going to come with you with a movie or an interview. Playboy in the '80s plan, but then that might be pushed back. I'm really into boobs right now. I've gone to breastfeeding classes, so. This is the year of the ass. I am a big butt person, but I'm really into boobs right now. I can't control. Who? Brian Williams, my most trusted news source in the country, my favorite newsman. His daughter just got her ass ate on television on Sunday. So, Oh. How do you say, Dad? I don't know. Like, there's other love scenes in the girl. You're talking about girls? Yeah. Well, he had to release a press release saying, because it became such a thing. He's just like, it's acting. Like, she really didn't get her ass eaten, and I'm sure there was a dental dam involved. So whatever. That face is pretty close to that beehole, Glenn. I know. I watched it several times. But still, all right, Dad. I'm a serious actress. Sure you are, honey. I did Peter Pan live. Did you watch the Workaholics one that was on Wednesday night? Was it new? No, it wasn't. It's a new one. Glenn, I'm not going to ruin it for you. One of the guys, he gets tricked into doing a porno. I didn't know they had a new one on. They just did a brand new one on Wednesday. So last night? Yeah. So Always Sunny and Workaholics are new.
Glenn, that's what they try to do. They try to create the situation, and you didn't watch either of them.
And a new Goldbergs.
New favorite show?
Motherfucker Jones never watched the Goldbergs until a few weeks ago. Now he's hooked.
Hooked.
Mind blown right there.
All right. Well, hey guys, thank you so much for listening and watching. We do this because we love you, and we love ourselves, and we're narcissistic.
It's good to have quality time too. I think it's good to have the QT, Glenn.
It really is. So next Sunday, are you coming to my house?
Are you coming to my house?
No.
Okay. I might bring a child with me.
How old?
9?
Yeah, we can handle that.
Okay.
We'll talk about it.
All right.
I'm Lawrence.
I'm Michael.
Don't fuck with the babysitter.
Don't fuck with the babysitter.